Today on Dr. Oz, new health rules that make life easier. From a simple technique to save your heart, to the new standard to measure obesity. Plus,
you have an issue that we need to address.
Reality housewife Caroline Manzo gets real about family weight issues.
I wasn't that mother that would sugarcoat anything.
I literally was just having a nervous breakdown.
How they took their waistline out of the storyline. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
Today, I'm rewriting the rules from the life-saving technique to save your heart to changing the standard test that always measured obesity until now. My brand new health rules, you're gonna love these. They're easy to follow, affordable, and they're backed by science. The first health rule is very close to my heart because it actually can help save you from having a stroke. An irregular heartbeat is one of the biggest risk factors for stroke. The old rule, the only way to test for an irregular heartbeat was with an electrocardiogram given by your doctor. The new rule is DIY. Do it yourself by taking your pulse at home. So Mary is joining me. Have you ever been hooked up to a machine like this?
Yes, I have.
When do you have it done? In your doctor's office?
Doctor's office, about 2 years ago.
All right, so they're called EKGs. Many of you have already had them. They're actually hugely beneficial because they're really safe and they give us lots of information about your heart because they pass a little electricity through you. We can sort of see where your heart is at. However, it can give us some information that you often don't pay attention to that we look at. I'll give you an example. This is the EKG, literally what's happening in your body right now. And if you look at the different strips, they all look like hieroglyphics, right? Crazy patterns. But just look at the regularity of this beat here. Each of these little spikes is your heart beating. And you notice that they're right exactly where they're supposed to be. It's important because it can give us a lot of information about exactly how regular you are. The question is, do you have to go to your doctor's office to get this much detail? Because if there's another way of getting an idea of how regular your heart rate is, it could actually help prevent a stroke. Because when your heart's not regular, the blood can get stuck in there and can actually fly up to your head. So let me disconnect you here.
Okay.
Come on, so you can hop up. I'll just throw this right over your neck.
Got it.
There. Perfectly done. All right, come over here. So this is what we're gonna do. If you wanna see what your rhythm is, you can actually do it at home. And everybody can take this pulse at home as well. Have you ever taken your own pulse?
Yes, sometimes during the workout, if I'm feeling a little winded, I will.
Oh, good. So how do you do it?
2 fingers right here.
Oh, it's very well done.
Yes.
Let me show everybody else who's not quite as advanced as you are on this process. So there's a little line that connects your wrist to your hand, that line right there. Show that for a second. And then you can put your fingers right in the middle and then move up towards your thumb. So everyone please do that together. Put your right 2 fingers, your index finger and your third digit, on your left wrist. Put it right in the middle where the wrist meets the hand. And then gently move it up towards the thumb. Stay on that little line again that connects the hand and the wrist until you can feel that little pulse. Don't press too hard. If you press hard, you won't be able to feel it anymore. And what you're feeling for is come back over here. It's a very regular shot. Can you all do it? Your head's waving, yes? Good. All right, so I'm gonna do a little experiment with you now. I want you to actually take my pulse. Do you feel me?
Now I do, yes.
You do. Okay, grab that drumstick, and I want you to go ahead and bang it. Whenever you hear my pulse, go ahead.
Okay.
Do it. 1. It's like a good rap beat, very regular. Right? You like to dance? It's great. Now, here's the problem. If you hear that, go on, keep going. If that's what you're hearing, that irregularity, like a jitterbug, you don't want that. That means your heart's not beating at that exact cadence that it's supposed to. And the reason it's not cooperating is because the heart's been irritated, short-circuited. And so when the blood begins to go in these little eddy currents, these little side pouches, it stays there when the heart's going instead of, and when it flies to your head, it causes strokes. Often the strokes you never expected, and often in young people. So you don't have to go to your doctor's office to figure out if your pulse is regular. You can do it at home. And here's my recommendation for everybody. Take 60 seconds, just 60 seconds, and do it today. Feel to see if it's regular or all over the place. If you're not sure, go check it out with your doc. That little test I just mentioned right now is gonna save a lot of lives, and you'll start doing it today. Thank you very much, Mary.
Thank you so much.
All right, now my next health rule allows you to throw away the 3 letters that you hate most, BMI. Body Mass Index. For decades, it's been the standard test to measure obesity and your risk for heart attack and other weight-related diseases. But new science says your BMI may not be the best predictor for disease because it doesn't account for where on your body your fat actually accumulates. Doctors now know the location of your fat is more important than the amount, and that could mean the difference between life and death. So out with the old. My new health rule is know your body quotient, your BQ. My new formula is adapted from the cutting-edge ABSI calculation developed by top researchers in weight loss. And it could be the most important new formula to determine your risk of dying from diseases caused by obesity. I want to show of hands how many of you are relieved that you never have to look at that darn BMI number again. Everybody? Don't you hate it? You look at this thing, I mean, we look at great folks in wonderful shape, they think anyway, and then their BMI, that body mass index, isn't where it's supposed to be. So we're going to throw out the old rule that you don't have to know your BMI anymore. You're going to add my new rule. It's called knowing your BQ score, your body quotient score. Remember, the BMI deals primarily with your weight. My BQ score measures your risk of dying, which is the only reason I care about your weight. Now, Jessica has volunteered to be the first person on the Dr. Oz show ever to calculate their BQ. Are you excited about this?
I am, and I'm a little nervous.
All right, so we're gonna do it together. Do you know what your body mass index is?
I have checked it. It's a little bit, it gives me a little bit of a complex because I look at myself and I think that I'm okay, and then my body, when I look at that BMI, it's like a completely different number.
And not a number you like?
No,
All right.
Not at all.
So you're not alone. I hear complaints about it all the time. And it turns out that the BMI really isn't that accurate as we'd hoped it would be in predicting the real risk you have. Right? And again, I want everyone to look sexy and cool, but I'm much more concerned if the weight's in the wrong places on your body, which is what we're going to look at with this body quotient score. So the calculator it's on droz.com right now. Everyone can do it. It's pretty straightforward. It starts off looking at two things that aren't normally part of your BMI, your age and your gender, which, by the way, folks, matters because where your fat is carried is affected by those things. So go ahead and put you already filled it in for you. Yes, you are a female, right?
I am.
I got that right. And I'm not going to hear. Age, I'm not looking.
Okay.
Not looking.
Got it.
Yeah, you are?
I am.
Okay, you look good. So that's now the height, you got to put in there as well.
65.
Inches total. And what's your weight in pounds? 165.
Hey.
Okay. Perfect, good. And then your waist circumference. Do you know what that is?
No.
All right, this is the only part that I have to have people do at home. Everything else is really straightforward. Don't cheat when you get your waist circumference. Maybe you want to have someone that's a friend of yours do it. So you're honest about it. So you're gonna put it right where your belly button is, over your hips, and then go ahead. You can suck in. You can do a little Scarlett O'Hara here. Suck in, suck in, suck in. How about 31 and a half? Should I round down or up?
Just
all right. All right. 31 inches. 31 inches. And then just press that. Calculate your body quotient score. And it is minus 2.4. Let me explain what that means.
Please do.
So on this setup, the 0 is where everybody lives. If you're 0, that means you're the average chance of having a problem.
Okay.
If you're negative, it's good.
Really?
If you're positive, it's not so good. Not a big deal because you can fix things. That's why we do the show, right? This whole show is about, getting you to just, realize that your body's there. You can bring your healthy back with small little steps. But you got to know what your numbers are before you start that process. And minus 2.4 means you're at a very, very low risk of having a heart problem. Yeah, no matter what the BMI says. I'm going to bring all these steps together this year. I want these to be in your toolkit. Jessica, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. The final health rule comes from Christine Kirkpatrick. She's a member of my advisory board and a nutritionist at the Cleveland Clinic.
It turns out you don't need those 8 glasses of water every day. You get water in almost everything you eat and drink. From tea, coffee, fruits, even a potato is 75% water. The new health rule, only drink when you're thirsty.
So the old health rule that many of you have heard is you got to count your 8 glasses of water. But my new health rule, Kristen just said it, is drink when you are thirsty. Linda's with me. Are you one of those counters of glasses?
Kind of. I have a mental note. I know what I'm drinking all day, how many bottles I start in the morning.
A lot of folks do. We've been saying it for a long time. You've been following advice. It turns out that advice was actually based on some stuff from World War II with U.S. soldiers, and it really wasn't all that accurate because we didn't realize how much water was actually in all the food. So I have a better way of helping you figure out how much water to drink. Come on over here. Which of these colors reminds you most of the typical urine you might make? Sort of an awkward question, I apologize.
No, it's okay. Well, maybe I start in the morning, somewhere between those two, depending upon what has happened the night before. By the end of the day, it's almost clear.
So it turns out the ideal urine is sort of in here. And sometimes stuff comes out of you that surprises you. Does that ever happen to you? Weird colors coming out of your urine?
Not really.
Has this ever happened to you?
No.
So is that good or bad?
I don't think it's good.
So it turns out, interestingly, that it could be good or really bad.
Okay.
It could be beets, because when you eat beets, that's exactly what happens to you. Probably you've noticed that. But it could be blood, and we don't know. And so when you have weird colors like this, you got to go see somebody to get it checked out. But I don't want folks panicking. In fact, I'm going to put up on droz.com a urine color palette. You know how you get colored palettes to paint your house? I'm going to put a palette of all the colors your urine could possibly be. If you don't recognize those colors as being good ones for you, then I want you to go see somebody about it.
Okay.
Thank you for helping us out.
Okay, thanks so much.
There's lots more information on my new health rules on Oz.com as well. And if there's a rule that you're sick and tired of following, let me know on Twitter. You can hashtag OzHealthRules. We'll be right back.
Coming up, reality housewife Caroline Manzo gets candid about her family and fame, but it was their difficult weight issues that stole the spotlight.
She would say to me, Mom, you don't know how I struggle, and it would kill me.
What she and her daughter Lauren did to turn health into their starring role. All new Dr. Oz. Think your hair straighteners and relaxers are 100% safe?
There's new controversy around the chemicals in these treatments.
A Dr. Oz investigation. That's coming up on Monday on Dr. Oz.
The Manzos have become one of reality TV's most popular families. The Real Housewives of New Jersey thrust Caroline, her husband Albert, and their 3 kids into the spotlight. But one thing they could not ignore were their struggles with weight. From Carolyn's constant yo-yo dieting,
Stop eating the Dipsy Doodle!
to Albert's fight to beat obesity,
There's a demon saying, eat that pasta, and the demon always wins.
to daughter Lauren's insecurities about her size.
I'd like to lose 35 to 40 pounds. I didn't want to be like a size 4 or 6.
Weight has always been a major storyline for the Manzo family.
Dieting for Lauren has to be really, really hard because we eat an insane amount.
So when Albert had a dramatic 100-pound weight drop, and then Caroline took off 20 pounds, Lauren was forced to seriously confront her self-image.
I think other people look at me like, oh yeah, they're the Manzos. Like, Albert lost all this weight, Caroline lost all this weight. The 2 sons are always, the good-looking ones. And there's Lauren, it's a shame because she's so chubby.
So Lauren decided to undergo gastric banding surgery. Now a beautifully transformed Lauren is preparing for a new life. And now the family is starring in a new reality series, Manzo'd with Children, with healthy eating now in a featured role.
New lifestyle around here. Getting rid of all the junk, putting only good in our body.
Caroline Manzo and her daughter Lauren are here. So Lauren, if I can speak a little bit about your weight, how did it affect you when you were heavier?
I was mean. I was very unhappy. I was very anxious all the time. I was really sensitive and just not. I became not a nice person when I was in my teens or even just had graduated high school. I was very bubbly and happy all the time, and then all of a sudden I just became like this dark person.
And Caroline, what was it like to witness Lauren going through all that?
For me, it was horrible because I would try to talk to her about her weight and what she was eating, but I was always very tiny. Not until a few years ago did I start having weight issues. And the first thing she would say to me, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how I struggle. And it would kill me because I would say, but Lauren, I want to see you happy. And I wasn't that mother that would sugarcoat anything. I'd say, you have an issue that we need to address.
I see that side of you, by the way.
Yeah, and finally I had to give it over to my husband because my husband always struggled with his weight. And I said, you're going to have to do this for me because she won't listen to me.
It's a dicey conversation to have with your kids.
Yes.
Lauren, you decided to get the gastric band operation. It's a big procedure.
Yeah.
What pushed you to make that decision?
We were actually in California, and I had a serious breakdown, and I went right for my prescribed Xanax, and I was like, I don't want to be this person. And my parents were like, no, this isn't who you are. This isn't how you're going to be. You need to, what is it that makes you so unhappy? And I said, it's just, I hate myself. I hate who I am, and it made it easy for me because my father has a lap band surgery, so I knew what to expect and what it was like.
If it's okay, I want to show everybody what you had done. Then let's follow up about how it's affected you. Come on over. So this gastric band is an operation that's big, but it's not as big as it used to be. So what you do is you go into the belly through little ports, through little holes. And in the stomach, you've got an area right at the top that you can sort of encircle with this little band, this gastric band. And on the inside, there's nothing there yet, but you're going to see why that's important. You hook up a port and just freeze it here. So you have the band up there, and notice you divide the stomach where just a little bit's above the band. Most of the stomach's below the band. And then you've got this little tube that comes out to just beneath the skin. Where's your port? Right. Yeah. So yeah, you can feel it. It's very easy, just beneath the skin. Then a doctor can put a needle in there and infuse fluid. Now here's why. Go ahead and run the animation. When you infuse the fluid, you actually take that band and you fill the inside inner tube out, which squeezes the stomach down and prevents food from getting from the top part of the stomach, that's very small, to the rest of the stomach. So it's like you're always full. By slowing down the digestive process, it nudges you, it edges you, more in some than others, towards weight loss. So how much weight have you lost so far?
I lost 40 pounds from the band, and now I still struggle and try to diet to lose the rest.
Good for you. And the Xanax,
No.
You're not taking any of those sedatives or medications?
No, because I'm just kind of like, all right, Lauren, you're crazy. Yeah. That's right. Just calm down.
Live with that. You don't have the...
Yeah.
So a lot of people, again, I'm passionate about this because I think this is the single most underperformed operation in America. It's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And yet a lot of folks say it's a cop-out, the quick fix is not going to work. What would you say to them?
It's not, I still struggle every day. I want to lose another 20 pounds and I can't, and I still have, I use it as a tool. I have to eat healthy. People don't know the easiest things to eat with the lap band are like ice cream, milkshakes, and chips. Right. So I could easily just go and eat that and gain all the weight. So it's very hard. I do diet. I try to eat 6 meals a day.
A lot of maintenance too goes with it.
Yeah, it's difficult, and you have to watch it and be responsible with it too. It's easy to hurt yourself with it, so you have to be careful.
Let me show everyone what you're able to eat. But as I go there, it's obviously made it easier for you to eat the right way, I gather, because you've lost 40 pounds.
Yes.
All right. So, Mom, Caroline, you're Italian.
Yep.
Love food. I see you cooking it all the time. Come on, next door next to me. So, this is, I gather you told us is a typical day of food you might have. Mm-hmm. Been representative? Mm-hmm. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
All right. So, Lauren, what can you eat? What's a typical amount?
I can eat probably about 30% of this. Yeah, that's about it. But I won't eat the potato.
And you're not hungry with that?
No. But if 6 meals a day in that size is
you eat 6 meals.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how much your body can go without food. Like how much we overeat is crazy.
How about the cravings? Have they changed?
No, not really. I still want Italian bread, and you know what? I love more than anything in the world. I love nachos, and it's hard because you could eat chips with the lap band. So that's one thing I have to try to stay away from. I almost had them last night. I was like, I want nachos. I almost ordered them.
Step away from the nachos.
Yeah, I stepped away from the nachos.
Carolyn, why is it such an important time for you to focus on health in your life?
I'm 53. My mom and my grandmother both suffered from heart disease. They both had their first heart attacks in their late 50s. Yeah. My daughter is getting married.
You are?
Yes.
Congratulations. What's your fiance's name? Vito. He's a lucky man, Vito. He has a very good taste in women, too.
Thank you.
So, I'm anticipating grandchildren. I want to be the young grandma. I want to be the grandma that takes the kids out and enjoys them instead of the grandma that's in the chair that can't really enjoy the grandkids. I'm young, they're young, and I have a lot of life left to live, and I just want to live it smart.
I am thrilled that you took control of your destiny. That's what you did. Forget about this cop-out stuff. You made a decision. After you had enough pain in your life, which many of us suffer even more than you would, you made it happen. So I'm proud of you. Good luck in the wedding. Caroline, for being a leader, the chief family officer. Check out the Manzo with Children show. It's fabulous. It starts Sundays at 9 on Bravo. I'll be right back.
Coming up next, best of friends and bakers in business. Their affection for confections has made them addicted to sugar, and it's swirling out of control. The plan for everyone to break the habit. Coming up next.
Imagine sharing a job you love with your best friend. But what if that meant working every day with the very substance you're both addicted to? Meet Katara and Shoniji, who own a successful bakery. Together, they make delicious cakes, cookies, and treats, not only for their customers, but for their own overindulgence. Because these best friends share more than their livelihood. They are both addicted to sugar.
My name is Katara.
And I'm Shoniji. And we're addicted to sugar. We love sugar so much that we made it a business.
It's a bakery, and it's the wrong business to be in if you're addicted to sugar. Because we eat cookies and cupcakes and cakes
and pies.
Morning, noon, and night.
That was good. I have tripled in size.
And I've doubled.
Since we started this business.
When we started off, we were these cute little size 8 and 2. She was a
size
2. You look good
like
too.
Something. Thank you, girl.
You did. Growing up, food meant love.
Being from the South, we always had sweets. My grandfather spoiled me to death. Every single day, he had a treat for me. So the sweets became something I expected to have all the time.
Being around desserts all the time is like being a kid in a candy store. The smell from the cookies baking in the oven attacks you when you walk in the door. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but at night it gets really bad for me. I have a key to the bakery, I own it. So I've been known at times, I'll get the key, come inside, I'll take 2 desserts because I need something to knock the edge off while I'm driving back home. Then I need something else for later. You've done it before, haven't you?
No.
Oh, well. The last time I tried to lose weight was 2 months ago for my wedding, and I actually got down to a size that I was happy with. Since I got married, I probably can't even fit my wedding dress at this point. It's so sad.
We know that eating too many sweets can create a serious problem. Health-wise, I would get headaches. I would just feel tired all the time.
I think if we continue down this path, then we could end up with some type of heart disease, diabetes, and we want to change the direction in which we're heading. We're tired of being tired and sick.
And fat.
And fat.
This is delicious.
The admitted sugar addicts, bakery-owning best friends, Katara and Shoniji, are both here. Hi. So who should start with? Katara, I'll start with you.
Okay.
How has your sugar addiction spiraled out of control since you started working in the bakery together?
Well, Dr. Oz, I'm going to tell the truth in front of everyone.
Please.
You know, I've never met a cookie that I didn't like. You know, cookies like me, I like cookies. But, you know, eating them every day, once we started the bakery, it just became something you just happened to do, you know, substituting some breakfast or a lunch. And then after a while, I started to see the weight gain, and I realized that the very thing I loved was the thing that was putting all the weight on me. So it's kind of snuck up on me over the last 7 years.
You started looking like a cookie.
I look like a cookie. Yeah, I do.
Well, Shoniji, how about for you? How do the cravings you have for sweets change when you're working around sweet stuff all the time?
You know, it's one of those things like, before the business, I always enjoyed the desserts. I would have them maybe once a week or something like that. But now it's literally my breakfast, my lunch, my snack, my dinner. It's all day long. So it's affected me by about 30 pounds.
35.
Okay.
Are you correcting or offering yours? If that's a correction?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are cute.
It's the same, about the same, 30, 40.
So, I know you don't want to look like a cookie anymore.
No, definitely not.
So I want to get into your food diary that you kindly kept for us, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the issues that I've got with them. So I wanted to find out how much sugar you're actually eating. The average woman eating a healthy diet ought to eat about 20 grams of sugar, no more, a day.
Okay.
That's what you ought to be getting. So, Katara, you're getting, again, according to your food diary, 136 grams a day.
Sounds about right.
And Shoniji, you guys are so darn close. You basically had the same amount in your food diary, 135 grams of sugar.
One less cookie.
So, yes, that's like one less crumb of one less cookie, right?
Wow.
So I know you guys love each other. I can see your adorable demeanor just working around the shop together. I want to understand what you guys have done to try to break the addiction for each other. So Shoniji, or Katara, anybody can answer. I mean, how do you guys help each other out?
I think the question is, what have we done not to help each other out? Because we're almost enablers. If she's giving herself permission to eat a piece of pie that day, I see it as, oh, okay, I can do it too, because she's not, stopping, so I won't stop either.
We actually share.
Yeah.
You share the cookies.
We share.
Well, that
that makes
better.
us feel better about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
if you've already got that little craving going on, the little addiction, which is I think what we're dealing with, because these are big numbers, it tends to exemplify. Okay, so when you guys have friends that love each other, there's good and there's bad.
Yes.
You can enable each other, and you can help each other get more powerful.
Yes.
So the reason I have you in the truth tube is actually go through what's going on inside your bodies. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about a game plan for us.
Okay.
So again, I'm not concerned about you looking like a cookie. I'm concerned about you having basically a cookie inside of you and what that's doing to you.
That'd be great.
So one of the big things we are fearful of is diabetes.
Right.
I don't know if you have that in your families or not.
No.
But I wanted to at least go through your tests. And let me put it up there. The blood sugar levels, Katara, yours is 86, which is just fabulous news.
Okay.
Because that's completely normal.
Okay.
Shaniji, yours is also completely normal at 82. Oh. So here's the story. Your body is able to defend yourself against the sugar you're taking in.
Okay.
Which is, again, I can high five on this, is fabulous news. But that's just one of the things that I get concerned about. Because I want to look a little deeper. And a lot of us think that eating sugar is only really about having too much sugar in our bloodstream. That's not my bigger fear. My bigger fear is when you eat sugar, your body converts it to lousy LDL cholesterol. So I wanted to see if that cholesterol, which causes heart attacks and strokes, was actually elevated. So the ideal number's under 100.
Okay.
If you can do it. It can be hard for some because of genes, but generally speaking, that's your goal. So Katara, your LDL number was 119.
Ooh, okay.
Which is more than I want it to be.
Okay.
That's the number that you want you to focus on.
Okay.
Shoniji, your LDL number, 167.
Sister.
When you have a combination of genes, and so I don't want to upset you. I just want to have this
Yeah,
conversation.
that was a shock, huh? Yeah.
When you have a combination of genes that aren't cooperating with you, and then you're doing things that don't help the situation out, then it creates this combo that overwhelms your body. So come on over here. I want to show you what's actually happening inside of us when we do this. And the beautiful part about all this is that this is Crispus future. This is what could happen.
Okay.
Ideally, we're going to look like this. You can put your purple gloves on.
Okay.
See how smooth the aorta is? You've got a heart that's about the size of your fist. Kidneys are healthy. Everything looks pretty good in there.
Yeah.
Again, this has nothing to do with weight. This has to do with what's going on with the sugar being used in your body.
Okay.
Shoniji, especially for you, I don't want this.
Wow.
I don't want that either.
No.
Wow.
And again, you'll notice the aorta. Go ahead and feel that, because I want this to be deeply seated in you. I want your soul to understand what you're appreciating, a deep awareness of what we're talking about.
Oh, wow.
I mean, describe that to me.
It's just, it looks decomposed and just, I don't even know.
Well, this looks like, chocolate chip cookies in here to me. You got little cracks in there.
Pecans,
right.
everything.
And this is the bigger issue, if you don't mind. Hold that in one hand.
Wow.
This is a normal heart in the other. So when you have a lot of that lousy LDL cholesterol, it blocks off the arteries, and it starts to look like this.
Oh, this is real.
These are all real.
Oh.
These are as real as cookie. Yeah, there's not Play-Doh here. These are as real as the cookies you guys make and eat.
This is a wake-up call. Yeah. This is a huge wake-up call.
Well, especially with your family history.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, Shoniji?
I'm overwhelmed. Like, really overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting that. So.
You were worried about other things. I thought heart disease was my family issues. Do you have it in yours?
So the reason we're here today is because this is not going to happen to you. That's the whole point of this. Just like you, there are millions of folks out there with the exact same issues going on. And we're going to stop them because you can reverse this. You can stop it from happening. You can change that LDL number.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that is very doable. And by doing that, you're going to change your destiny.
Okay.
You guys ready to make this change?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like a hallelujah, really ready to make this change.
Praise the Lord, let's do it.
All right. So when we come back, for you and for everybody else, I've got a leading doctor in the field of food addiction who's here with a plan to help everybody break your sugar addiction. And there's more good news, really good news for you guys, because guess what? Especially for best friends and bakery owners, he has a plan that includes dessert.
Oh, okay.
You guys can be
like
there.
that. I like
Hottest, coolest bakery around when we're done with this plan, if you'll share the gospel.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Now that you know the dangers of sugar addiction, what will replace sugar in your diet?
I have a major sweet tooth, but I know I need to make a change. I'm going to sub out my sugary snacks for nuts or fruit.
Share your story with us on Dr. Oz's Facebook page. Next, get the sweet stuff out of your life. An easy 3-day detox to manage your sweet tooth. Learn to control your cravings with alternative ingredients. And kick your sugar addiction to the curb. Next. All new Dr. Oz. Think your hair straighteners and relaxers are 100% safe?
There's new controversy around the chemicals in these treatments.
A Dr. Oz investigation. That's coming up on Monday on Dr. Oz.
We're back with best friends and bakery owners, Katara and Shoniji, who are addicted to sugar. Dr. Joel Fuhrman is joining us, a best-selling author and a true leader in the field of nutrition. He's joining us with a plan to help everybody kick their sugar addiction. So, Dr. Fuhrman, let's get to the basics here. You actually go cold turkey, or do you want to wean off the sugar gently?
It's usually more effective if people go cold turkey. Oh. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, hold back your cheers.
Because if you don't go cold turkey, there's the toxic hunger, the fatigue, the headaches. You feel irritable all the time.
Now, you argue that that's a process that takes about 3 days, not longer. Why that magic number?
That's right. It's amazing. It's amazing. You'll feel bad for a couple of days. Within 3 days, your headaches go down, your fatigue is not fatigued anymore, and we can start with the retraining of your taste buds to enjoy the subtle flavors of things that aren't quite as sweet, because your taste will get stronger. Once you get that heavy hit, you stop hitting yourself with high levels of sugar.
So walk us through specifically what they have to give up.
Right. So you really have to give up anything that's very, very sweet. And we're talking here about not just sugar, but a guave nectar, honey, maple syrup, anything very sweet right now.
Oh, so this is the table we can't have?
That's right. This is the table you're not going to
Okay.
Okay. That was a shock.
So the agave. Okay.
Any kind of sweeteners, even artificial sweeteners.
Pulled the rug out from under you.
Yeah.
We don't want your taste buds to keep getting stimulated with high concentrated sweets right now.
I know how difficult it was just to see the numbers over there. And I know you probably came here thinking, I don't eat sugar, I lose weight, and that's the only connection.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
But it's bigger than that, isn't it?
Yes. My only concern was, I've gotten a little heavy.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to see the numbers.
What's going on
that
inside.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my big goal, is to forget about the weight issue right now. Let's focus on what really matters, which is keeping you guys young, healthy, and beautiful on the inside. All right, so you're going to give up this, but of course, it's hard to give up something without getting something back. So Dr. Fuhrman's got that's why I wanted to marry you. He's got specific plans that you and everybody else can benefit from. So come on over here. The main thing that's going to make you easily able to get through those 3 days and then forever after that is if you eat slow fats and eat slow carbs. So explain what they are, Dr. Fuhrman.
That's right. The whole trick here is to take in foods that go into your bloodstream slowly over many hours to keep your calories continually feeding into the bloodstream.
So what's the amount they should be eating? You're prescribing this for them, so give us a dose.
That's right. I want you to eat about a half an ounce to 1 ounce of nuts and seeds with each meal. We're talking about probably 2 ounces of nuts a day, around that amount of nuts a day. And things like peas and steel-cut oats and squashes and beans. I want you to eat some, a half a cup to a cup and a half of beans. I want you to have in your diet. I want you to eat some of these healthy, slow carbohydrate foods that are going to make you feel great and get you real healthy.
Now, you have a question?
Well, I was just going to ask, for my beans, can I put my fat back in my beans? What can I put in that? Really, the way we cook is we are Southern, and we're taught a certain way to cook, and that's just to be honest. And is turkey the new thing now to go inside of these? What really can you to get that taste?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you all ways to make these things taste, knock your socks off, delicious. Not just eating plain beans and nuts, salad dressings, even desserts with these foods incorporated in them. You're going to say, wow, this is a delicious tasting stuff.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Let's
that's
talk about
probably the hero, let's spend some time on this, the hero of your plan are what we call the second meal effect from beans. And if you don't mind, we got a bunch of beans here. Share with them, because it's a good question, how you make these beans, but explain what the second meal effect is.
Right, here, of course we have burgers and chilies we'll talk about, but the second meal effect means that, beans don't just have a low glycemic effect, it means they lower blood sugar. The resistant starches, the fibers, they have the effect to lower the glucose, the sugar, in other foods you eat with the beans, not just the beans themselves.
You're going to have a bean bakery when we're done.
Bean cupcakes.
How much do you have to eat of these beans? What's a serving they need to get?
Well, I'd like you to eat at least half a cup a day, but preferably, more. The more you eat, the better. Go to a cup a day. And there's all different ways you're going to make to eat them. Bean burgers. Here's a bean, mushroom, onion, oat burger. But you know what? You want that little flavor? You can put some beef in the burger, some turkey in the burger. People are eating these burgers and they think they're eating a meat burger, but they like the flavor, that little contrast of the mushroom and the onion. It's delicious. Like a chili the same way.
I promised you that we're going to give you treats, sweets.
That's what I'm
honest to goodness, I want you guys to start making these things and experiment. This is for everybody. Please try these things and make them even better and tell us about them.
Okay.
So this is an issue because a lot of folks don't think they can have any sweets. They can, but you want to add fiber and pectin to slow down the sweets. If you've got beans in your diet already, it'll slow down the absorption even better. Dr. Furman, give us a couple ideas they can start making today when they go back to the bakery.
Yes.
Exactly. So delicious tasting desserts. Here's a delicious, healthy chocolate cake.
Taste it. See what you
it's incredible.
Yes,
and it's made with chickpea flour,
have some
right?
of this?
Yeah, have some. Take one. Chickpea flour, and it's made with actually beets and carrots and zucchini and cocoa and some dates. The only sweetener is the banana.
She's going like this with her hand.
Pineapple.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to take some getting used to.
It's not quite as sweet, but
You gotta love honest women.
But
you know what?
It's not bad.
They
It's not
don't
bad.
have their taste buds.
Exactly.
Haven't developed the
You have to
sensitivity.
train mine.
Once they're off the sweets, we're going to strengthen their taste buds, and these are going to take plenty sweet for you. They're not
Okay.
quite as sweet as what you used to.
You promise?
I promise. Your taste is going to get stronger.
You try this now.
What's this?
Apple crunch.
No.
It's got the apple and the walnuts.
Did that
and
work?
flax seeds.
I think it's better too. I told you, Joel.
That's good.
Okay, so this is a journey.
That's good.
This is just a couple examples, little signposts on the way there. You guys are brilliant at making food. And I love the joy you bring to food. That's what this is all about, right? You celebrate food, and you should be making your body celebrate, not just your mind.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Dr. Furman has agreed to mentor you. He really is best in the world, this kind of stuff. He's gonna mentor you through the entire process. I would personally put him to work behind the counter. I can't imagine him back there doling out food. He'll work hard for you, and he's got a lot of insights. So if you guys work it together, I want to have you guys come back and tell me your story once you're off it. Fair enough?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dr. Furman, by the way, has got a fantastic book, guys, called The End of Dieting. You can read all about it. You go to droz.com for our 3-day sugar detox. Follow our ladies as they do it. We'll be right back.
Coming up, yoga versus cardio. Can't decide? A new exercise craze rolled up into one. It's the evolution of the workout.
Really blends cardio, strength, and flexibility.
Simple moves for a healthier you. Coming up next.
Today on Move It or Lose It, cardio yoga. So, audience, how many of you, let me see a show of hands, have tried yoga? Oh, a lot of folks. Fantastic. You're going to like this, though. So since my goal this year is to bring healthy back, I've got a new yoga craze that my wife Lisa introduced me to. It's called Buti yoga. And let me show you the pictures that got her so excited. These are images. This is a woman who obviously has had a beautiful baby, and that's what she looks like after doing Buti yoga. And joining me now is the woman in that photo and the founder of Buti Yoga, Busy Gold. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
So how'd you come up with the idea of Buti Yoga?
I'd been a yoga instructor for a long time, and unfortunately, for some of us that gain a lot of weight with our pregnancy, it can be really challenging to get that weight off with yoga alone. And I combined a lot of my favorite workouts into something that really dropped that weight really quickly and really awakened this female power inside of me and really helped me bring my whole life back together after that pregnancy.
So how is your yoga different from the traditional yoga that a lot of the audience appears to have tried already?
Yoga can be very actually masculine and static, a little bit slower. Ours is cardio intensive. It really blends cardio, strength, and flexibility. It's the only workout that you would have to do to get all of those things in one 60-minute class. It's really fun, it's energizing, and it just really makes you feel absolutely amazing and energized. And I've had 2 babies at this point, so.
You have?
Yes,
Congratulations.
so these abs are 2 babies later.
All right, we've got some wonderful women behind me who are all hooked on Buti Yoga. Take us through it. And everyone at home, by the way, we're going to give you a wonderful workout on droz.com. So don't memorize these, but get an idea of the flow, the dance that yoga can become.
Absolutely. Okay. All this primal movement. We're going to start with our legs wide. We're going to be taking it into our right side trikonasana. So let's all turn that right toe out, engage the core, slowly drop that right hand down to the mat. Open up toward that left palm, really pressing that right hip forward. Get a nice stretch here. Everyone take a breath with me. Let's start to row that right elbow back. Let's go. Row.
Oh, literally row.
Row. Yep, we're rowing it back. Square that chest with the floor. Really keep that core engaged. Let's do one more rep here. Beautiful. Let's transition over to that left side. Let's take both feet straight ahead, fingertips to the floor, chest forward, stacked over that heel. Let's slowly lift those right toes up. Channel your inner animal, get those toes up.
Inner animal.
Inner animal, do
It's
it,
supposed to be
Dr. Oz.
feminine yoga, I thought.
Hey, women can be animals.
Yes, they can, believe me.
Take that right foot out. Now we're coming into our drumming sequence. Remember, we're bringing in that tribal movement. Transition into warrior two, left side, traditional yoga posture here. But look what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it African tribal dance. Inhale back. Exhale, swing that left arm around to the front. Open up the chest. Really keep that core engaged. Keep sinking into that left leg. Open. Exhale. Inhale.
What gave you the idea? This is crazy. I love it.
It's fun though, right?
Watching Tarzan movies while doing yoga. That's right. But I like the fact that you bring in the energy, right? Because too many of us get stuck up on the poses of yoga. To make it into a dance, to get those abs, it's worth it.
And that's really what does it, is connecting all of those movements with that tribal dance, keeps everyone in the class, keeps your energy up, and it really gets your heart rate up so that you can get your abs from a yoga practice.
And the total amount of time you're working out?
Our classes range from 60 to 90 minutes, but the one that we did for DrOz.com is 15 minutes.
15 minutes, folks. Try it. You look like her. Have your babies and enjoy life, too. You can go to DrOz.com and check out Busy's workout just for you. We'll be right back.
Tell us, what has your experience been with yoga?
I went to Bikram yoga with my fiance. I fully underestimated how hard it would be. The room was over 100 degrees and it was a serious workout. Loved it.
Share your story with us on Facebook. All new Dr. Oz. If you think your hair straighteners and relaxers are 100% safe, think again.
There's new controversy around the chemicals in these treatments.
Before you head to your local salon,
These treatments have been banned in 7 countries already.
see what's lurking in your favorite products. Plus, TV's ultimate survivor, Jeff Probst, with tips to survive an everyday emergency. All new Oz. That's coming up on Monday on Dr. Oz.
Now it's time for In Case You Missed It. First, one of my new health rules that you're going to love. I want you to take your pulse at home. Do it today. There's a brand new study that shows it's just as good as an EKG machine. That's that big thing they strap you onto if you want to detect if your pulse is regular or not. That way you can find out if you got something like atrial fibrillation and avoid things like strokes. So, in the privacy of your own home, you can take your own pulse. Next, break your sugar addiction. Dr. Joel Furman joined us, and he says the secondhand meal effect is wonderful. You get it from beans. Now, here's the deal. These studies show that when people eat beans at one meal, it helps block the sugar absorption at that meal and the second meal, the next meal. So you can get beans from all kinds of forms. If you wash them a little bit with water, you can avoid some of the gas complications. But I mean, we showed you a couple examples here today. They'll all be on DrOz.com. This version with a little chili in it is unbelievable and worth trying it out. Now, let me close, if I can, with a warning. Please be careful about what you buy online, especially weight loss pills. There's some dubious people online that prey on folks like you who are trying to do the right thing for your health. Sometimes they even try to make it seem like I'm endorsing their products. I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsorship partners, you can go to DrOz.com. I'll see you all next time.